Everyone loves a happy ending, but what happens when the story's end is not all sunshine and rainbows? Today we're looking to explore unhappy endings, and the reasoning behind why an author would want to take that approach. Let's talk for a moment about what makes an effective ending rather than a happy one, because honestly that's more important. From the writer's perspective, the ending is the final impression of the story. It's the last takeaway for the reader. It sums up what the main character or audience should have learned as a result of the plot. It puts the purpose of the whole story on a platter, whatever it was. An effective ending seals the satisfaction from the story. It keeps the readers talking long after the book has been closed. An effective ending shows the result of conflict. It gives closure to the events of the plot. A main reason authors struggle with their endings is because they do not have a clear conflict yet. Develop the conflict and the ending will present itself over time. Closure is the reason people hate when their favorite shows get cancelled, or plotlines are dropped by the time it's all over. People have a driving need to know how things end. If that is not given to them, they feel cheated. Never cheat your audience. If they stick with you during the whole book, series, movie, etc., give them the ending they deserve. One that respects the themes of the whole plot, not one that's easy and quick. On that note, never have the ending be a result of chance or random luck. Never have the ending be completely unpredictable. By that I mean, the ending must be a result of character actions. If you have a twist ending, leave clues throughout the story to reward attentive readers. Give your audience the chance to figure it out before the characters do. Good endings are based off of information given to readers throughout the course of the story. Notice, nowhere mentioned before have we said anything about the ending being happy. It just has to be effective, which raises the question, why are most endings happy ones? Escapism. The reason people spend so much time reading and watching stories in their spare time is because it's a great way to escape the humdrum of everyday life, to put ourselves in a world that is much more exciting than our own, and to take a mental break from events of our life. That is why so many stories feature happy endings. It's the clean wrap-up for the plot. The good guys live, the bad guys lose. It's simple and easy for everyone. The reader can put the book down with a smile on their face and feel good about their day. Why would the author want to ruin this? What reader would want to sit down and spend their time reading something that won't make them happy? Well, it's not for everyone, and that's the most important part of this. The author who is thinking of having an unhappy ending needs to completely understand his audience. Why are they reading the book? Not everyone reads for escapism. Some of us want to enjoy a well-written story, and just because a story has a happy ending does not mean it was well written. An author needs to realize who they are aiming their book towards when they are drafting their ending, and what their purpose is. Are they trying to please and entertain, or are they trying to challenge and provoke thought from the reader? It's up to you. When the reader closes the book, they must feel something. Some readers want to be entertained, some readers want to feel stimulated. A great book can do both. Keep in mind, unhappy does not strictly mean sad or depressing. It just means the characters did not, quote, all live happily ever after. Maybe the characters achieved their goals, but at a harsh cost. Maybe they learned what they wanted was wrong and had a change of heart. Whatever it was not all bubbly and joyful, but it did its job and ended the plot with respect to the story and the readers. Some reasons authors would want to do this. These endings are more realistic, which is why some people prefer them. It's unreasonable to think everyone just laid down their differences and became best friends just because the credits decided to roll. It never works that way in real life, and sometimes a mellow victory is all you can scavenge. Unhappy endings make a comment. In more complicated works, sometimes the whole point of the story was to make a statement about a real-life issue, or comment on a more abstract theme. In these cases, a happy ending blurs that statement. Negativity sticks with you. It haunts you. If the author wants you to take home an important idea, or to understand a complicated lesson, he will give you an ending that does not make you feel good. He will give you an ending that drives the point home, and the most effective methods of this are not happy ones. These endings have arguably more emotion. Unhappy endings tend to shake the reader. It resonates with them. It makes them sit back and think about the book, rather than just smile and put it down. Or, you can use unhappy endings as a cliffhanger. If this is not the last book of a series, but maybe the first or a middle one, by leaving the characters beat and broken, unsure of how to carry on, you can drive readers nuts as they wait to see the inevitable comeback. Typically, the next story would end on a happy tone to show the progress and the rise to glory. Ending each episode in a series negatively can, however, make readers lose the drive to keep checking in, so use this strategy seldom for its greatest effect. Times this should be avoided. If your story has been overall simple and upbeat, an unhappy ending may only serve to upset the readers. If you're not sending a message or attempting any of the reasons mentioned before, the unhappy ending may seem inappropriate. The final book in a series. Loyal readers have been sticking it out to the end to see how this finally all wraps up, only to have it all torn away and the heroes defeated. That leaves a very bad mark on your readers. Try to make that last chapter something that makes the whole trip worth the while. Just because. Again, don't punish your readers. If the ending is negative, make sure it's rewarding in some other way. Make a comment. Make it seem fair. Make it worthy of the story, and don't cheat. If you're unsure, end positively. Unhappy endings only work if there's a reason for them. It can be tricky to tell when it should be used, but follow your gut. All of the reasons why you should or should not use unhappy endings in this episode are just suggestions gathered from multiple sources, because ultimately, no one can tell you how to end your story, because it's exactly that, your story. You can do whatever you want with it. However, understand that these are suggestions to maintain reader attention and gain positive feedback. But hell, if you can break the rules and get away with it, go ahead and try, see what you can do. Readers may respect you for it. That's all for today. Check us out next week, and remember, writing belongs to everyone. See you next episode.